Welcome to ECDPM's Guide to EU Decisions on Africa. This presentation aims to inform people who need to understand more about the dynamics of EU-Africa relations, in particular how the European side works. My name is Essete Abebe Bekele. I am from Ethiopia and I work in ECDPM's EU External Action Program. The European Center for Development Policy Management, ECDPM, is an independent non-partisan think and do tank not attached to the European institutions. ECDPM has been working on EU-Africa relations for over 25 years, working with stakeholders from Africa and Europe. This presentation aims to fill an information need that is often expressed by stakeholders in Africa. Often the EU is perceived as homogeneous organization when in fact various actors and institutions are involved in it. The presentation is primarily informational as it cannot cover all the politics, economics and history of complex relationship of EU-Africa relations. As this presentation was made before the 4th Africa-EU Summit, which took place in Brussels on the 2nd and 3rd of April 2014, please refer to the latest publications on our website for in-depth analysis of the summit's outcomes for Africa-EU relations. I will now hand you to my colleague, Clem Silverman, who will tell you more about the institutional structure of the EU. He will also focus on the financing of the EU-Africa partnership by giving you some real-life dynamics of decision-making and giving you highlights where the partnership stands now, with particular focus on the EU side of the partnership. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Essete. Before going into detail about the decision-making structures, I will give you some background about how the European Union came to be. European member states have decided to join forces in a union. It took centuries and extremely violent conflicts for Europeans to decide to create a European Union. The European integration is a constant effort and it can never be taken for granted. Not all members of the EU have even agreed to use the euro, and not all agree on the idea of stronger political integration.